Let's talk a little bit about finding balance in your trading life. It really doesn't matter whether you're a doctor, a nurse, a garbage man, a plumber, or a trader. You need to find the right balance between work, play, family time, your faith, your belief system. And I think I wanted to put together some thoughts on how I go about this and kind of 4 simple methods. First is you need to pause regularly. In our lives, we are so busy and caught up in what we're doing that sometimes we have no space for thinking. I build regular pauses into my life so that I have some space for thought. How do I do this? What kind of pauses? I use morning prayer or meditation. I go to have coffee in the morning with my notebook where I can take notes on projects that I'm working on or trades that I'm looking at or considering. I take the shower. Again, the regular routine is all part of setting up the pauses. A good walk in the middle of the day is something that I always anticipate and plan, or exercise rigorously. Either one works very well for me. I also like to take breaks with my wife, with friends, and have quick 15-30 minute meetings just to catch up. Small little dates, if you will. These are times that I use for space for thinking about my life. So pause regularly to find these creative spaces and this time to pause. Number 2, zoom out. When you take time to pause, really take a break and zoom out from the close-up view of trading or from all the busyness and the bustling around that you may have with your family, and look at the big picture. When you do this, you're going to, come up with some questions for yourself. What are you doing here? What are you doing during your time here on this earth? And really, try to answer those. They're not easy questions to answer, and they're not going to come. The answers aren't going to come with one sit down. So, by doing this over and over again, you're going to find out what kind of person you are and what kind of person you're going to be for you, for your wife, for your family, for your spouse. Are you making decisions that affect the overall when you zoom out like this? Is trading the type of work that gives you the freedom that you want and gives you the income and the stream of freedom that you need in your life? If not, maybe trading is not for you. What are your priorities? And are you living those priorities? You don't need to think about all these things during each pause, but these are some of the things that will creep into your mindset as you begin to zoom out and look more macro on in the way that you think, not only for your work business, your trading life, but also your personal life, your family life, and your spiritual life. 3, readjust. We're always changing as human beings. Regardless of what people say, we are always learning new tricks, and we have to readjust. When you notice that you're spending too much time in front looking at charts and looking at screens, you're probably too close. That's probably the time where you go back to number 1 and pause regularly. Too little time with your kids, same thing. Make some special time. Take one child to lunch at a time if you have multiple children. Spend some time with each of them independently. Spend time with the composite as a group. These are very important things that I highly recommend that you do in your readjustment. When you notice that some important projects are being neglected, or you're not spending time exercising or eating right, your diet has gone to the pot, spend some time there, focus back on fixing and readjusting those situations. It's little small steps that will make, when you make these readjustments, that will make you come back to a more centered place. Now, number 4, how do you make all this happen? You have to really make a mental note. Mark off time on a calendar, whether it's 9 to 11 every day in the AM, if that works for you, or 2 to 4 in the afternoon. Mark some time where you can have to make commitments on your calendar. You'll skip some of these, you'll miss some of the meetings, but it is okay. It's a commitment that if you put down, I find in writing, that you will stick with and become part of your regular routine. For example, if you want to make a regular date night with your spouse, if you want to make a regular exercise time or multiple times during the week, put it on a calendar. It'll hold yourself accountable for it. The other thing is, if you want to, make appointments to get work done, go to the library. Public library is a great place, a different space where you can get some real serious work done over a 3 or 4 hour period, and commit on making these changes one bit at a time. So that's about it. Find a balance in your trading life and your work life, along with your personal life and your spiritual life. It's very important to be centered and readjust and always be on the move. Thanks.